Hey everybody, and welcome to the award ceremony. All of that hard work and badge hacking you've put together was about to pay off. Actually, it paid off already. That was the fun part. Thank you all for a fantastic Supercon. It was really, really great. We've had a couple competitions going on throughout, and we want to recognize people who've done fantastically therein. First off, yesterday and today, there was the SMD challenge, and this time we had a big grand prize. So we ran 8 heats, and each of the 8 heats had a best in class. And I'd just like to recognize those people right now. If you're in the audience, feel free to stand up. That would be Seth K, Sean Kinetic, Young Hall, Constantino G, G1, Alan H, and Aaron. Where are you all? Come take a bow. Okay, cool. Congrats anyway. That's some phenomenal soldering. Oh. And I'm going to hand this over to Al Williams, who ran the competition, to talk about the last bit.
So, how many people participated at all in the SMD challenge? Just raise your hand. Do like this. Now you can say the SMD challenge lifted you up and moved you. So next year, if you didn't do it, and it's great. We're going to do something harder next year, I think. I don't think it was hard enough. What do you think? All right. So we had, as Elliot mentioned, we had a lot of good winners here. But if you can go to the next slide, do I know how to do that? Oh, there you go. We had one grand prize winner. So Stephen Hawes graciously gave us a pick and place machine. Wow, right? If everybody had known, I got to tell you, we kept that a secret because I figured if we said that was the grand prize, we'd have been mobbed, and we were mobbed anyway. It was hard to get in as it was. But Tom G, are you in the audience, Tom? Okay, come on up. Come on up. So he turned in a very impressive time. Oh, sorry. I forgot they're videoing. I like to hang out in the shadows for obvious reasons. So Tom, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So what are you going to do with the pick and place?
No specific plans right now, but I certainly have the ability and desire to go make some boards. So.
Okay, and where are you from?
Colorado.
And do you have any great tips for people who want to solder like you do?
Keep your adrenaline down.
Less caffeine, more filling? Okay, so I forgot to mention your time was what, 14 minutes and change for all 5 LEDs, I believe? I think so, about 14 to 15 minutes. So if you worked on the challenge and you knew that 35 minutes was like, oh no, I'm running out of time, he did all 5 in that little bit of time, and he had some people hot on his heels, I might mention. So, okay, big round for Tom. Thanks, Tom.
Next up, we have Voya's Secret Badge Challenge. During the introductory badge workshop, Voya gave out a logic challenge, and the prize for it is the limited edition, absolutely gigantic Voya badge. So here to present the award, the man himself.
Thank you, Elliot. Do you like this animation? Who wrote it? Lift your hand. It's you. I think that you deserve the good applause. And the applause is all that you will get because this huge badge is actually a prize for best solution of the challenge. The challenge was to write the shortest possible program which reads 2 random numbers and calculates the parity bit for it. And we received 6 solutions. One of them took 20 program words, one of them I think 14. then one was 11, one 10 words, and two of them were solved with only 9 words. And I thought that we will need photo finish for that because it was very similar timing, but actually one of them was just a little faulty. It used indirect addressing using the input register to address FF location, but it's just a little, it works. But it works if you didn't connect anything to the import port. If you connect something that it reads the wrong address. So the winner is actually, just a moment please. We have his username here. It's Octavian, what's the, how should I read? Are you? Please come. Please come here to come to read the another word of your username.
What's that? Octavian Voicu.
Voicu. Okay. So you won this challenge, and I'll give you
Thank
the
you.
badge.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. You're a great programmer. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Voya, and thanks again for the fantastic badge this time. That was really, really great.
Thanks.
And that brings us to the most ludicrous part of the evening, the Badge Hacking Awards. So the way this works is we have 4 categories. We have most Blinky, most math, expander, which is going to be for things plugged into the expansion port, and software support. So if you've done something else that helps the badge, think hard about which of these categories your hack fits into. And then we'll have you line up on the side of the stage here, and then you'll trundle up here one at a time, show it off in front of the camera here, and then make up a cool team name for your hack. I'll write the cool team names down. At the end, we'll ask for crowd applause. Loudest one wins, and the prize for each category is actually $100, green money in the hand. So congratulations. That's gonna be fun. So yeah, audience, you have to think really hard here. This is a heavy responsibility. So let's start off with most math. If you did any hardcore number crunching, head on over to the side of the stage, line up, and come on up. And if nobody shows up, anyone with like a 16-bit counter should walk over. Most math, most math. All right, come on up. What you got? Oh, say your name, what the thing's called, and what you've got.
I'm Adam. I did an 8-bit Fibonacci, if I can get it to run. I can't get it to run, 1 second. Elliot told me I couldn't submit the emulator, so I figured I had to do something else for my badge hack. Is it up there? Yeah. I had to stop it because it would have overflowed. Thank you.
Not bad. So, Adam with Fibonacci. Next up. Hey.
Hi, my name's Copine. I attempted to write Tetris. It sucks. This is what I got so far. It goes down and it breaks. There is, however, a rotation routine, which does use math to rotate the little piece if you were to click the button, which I didn't get around to connecting yet, but the routine exists, I promise. It's written down in here somewhere in my notes of assembly. So there's lots of math in here, I promise.
Okie dokes. Failed Tetris. points. Next up.
Hey, my name is Kenneth, and I implemented a 128-bit counter. So I did the extra challenge of no spoilers, and so I never read any of the written documentation that wasn't on the board itself. And I was, with the exception of he told me what the alt key chords were, because I never stood a chance of figuring that out. But the entire program is 19 opcodes.
128-bit. Anyone else for most math? All right. Going once, going twice. Al Williams, can you come up to the stage and help me judge from here acoustically which one is the loudest? All right, here we go. Starting off, we have Fibonacci. Failed Tetris. $128-bit.
I don't know if it is 256-bit, maybe, right?
I think we got to go with 128-bit on that. What do you think?
You think so? I was pretty close. I think we should do a run.
I think it was super close. I also think that Hackaday employees, their family members, and et cetera, are probably ineligible to win. Sorry, dude. So I think we've really got to go with 128-bit on this one. Yeah, come on up real quick, Kenneth.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you. Yeah.
He didn't check if it was real. All right, next we got Getting to Blinky. This one I anticipate we'll have a lot more. If your program has to do with making lots of blinking lights, come on up to the stage right now. Thank you.
Okay, hi, I'm Unwired Ben, and my entry is inspired. One of my favorite old Atari 2600 games is Demon Attack, which is an 8-bit system. So for the 4-bit system, I made Demon. So let's see if we can get this centered well. We're gonna hit this button here to turn off the rest of the LEDs so we can focus on just that. So what we have here is the attract screen. That's an arrow here telling you to push this button. So it didn't work well in focus testing. Okay, so now they're on the attack. We better, up. Yeah, okay. So as I get to the bottom of the screen, we see we lose lives. And let's see, can maybe make a few more of them go up here and then just let them come down. They're gonna dive gradually. There's like 3 different patterns of flight for the birds. And when you get to the bottom, there's your nice score, 2 points.
All right, Unwired Ben, Demon Attack. Taking notes with a pen like it's 1922.
Hi, my name's Mike, and this is called Wasting Time. And I'd like to say I'm so very excited about it because I finished it during the last round of badge hacking in the audience. I couldn't get it to go across the page border, and now it does. So this is a digital hourglass. Oh, can you see it? So, like I said, right there? Okay, so the point is to waste time, right? Because it's an hourglass to mark the passage of time. But if I put on the fast mode, you can see the grains of sand go left and right. And the best part about this game is once it gets to the top, you can watch it fill up again. Wait for it. It's better when it's slow. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Hourglass. Next up.
Hello, I'm Greg, and I wanted to emulate a 555 timer to run this decade counter. And every time I'd have it show text here, it would crash. So I got it working just a few minutes ago. I need a second hand. So we got and you can adjust the speed using the clock.
Thanks very much. 555 timer. Next up.
I'm Scott. This is a animation from the screen bumper at the end of each section. So it's trying to be a screensaver. Each LED is individually pulse width modulated. Thank you.
PWM screensaver.
Where are we? Oh yeah. Hi, I'm Michael. So mine's like sort of like an hourglass, but with a time reversal effect as well. So here we go. And oh. Thank you.
Hourglass with reversal. Ooh. Next up, anyone else there? Oh, uh-oh. I need more space.
All right. Hey, my name is Jamin. I am one of 3 people that made what I can only refer to as an infamous automaton. I don't have the best of the 3, but I am the only one that was dumb enough to punch this in manually.
That's lovely. Game of life. Okay.
Has anyone wanted to make their badge into a GPU? So not like that great, but essentially what I did was I wrote a small program on the plane right over before even touching the badge and everything, written by hand on the program to essentially make it into a frame buffer over the serial port. So ended up being about 38 instructions and managed to fix it right before getting the badge. And worked first time, which is nice. So what I ended up doing was I made a small little, one second, I just need to double check to make sure that everything's all working properly. It's a little bit finicky, unfortunately. Little demo to write my username out onto the badge. So if I start it up, let me just make sure it's centered. Actually, I need to reset it. Like I said, a little bit finicky, unfortunately. Can't have any bugs in a GPU driver, of course. Or rather, which GPU driver doesn't have a bug is what I meant to say. All right. So, no, that didn't start over. There we go. All right. And see if I could center it. So it's a bit of fun, and looks like it's stuck. Well, okay. Guess there's some cosmic rays or something. Keeps unflipping my bits. Oh, there we go. And that's it.
Thank you very much. That's going to be external GPU. Next up. Oh, sorry.
Hey. Sorry if my voice is still kind of gone, but I'm on, my name's Chris Gamble, and I'm on Team McLean, it's called. Since the holidays are coming up and because we're in LA, this badge is showing John McClane throwing Hans Gruber off of Nakatomi Tower. Many thanks to Mike Stish for the starter code here.
Okie dokes. Team McLean. Okay.
Hello. So this is a Pong game with multiplayer functionality. So I have my friend over here who's gonna play with me, hopefully. Okay, so. Okay, how does this work? Yes, run. Okay. So I choose my game mode, like player A, player B, and nothing. I don't have time for the third one. So player A, I press the button launch. Oh, so it launched already. And go. He lost. So we're gonna back together again. Okay. Back to the player A mode, sorry. Player A, and go. This is real, not stage. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. All right. And as you can see, it uses an expander that will be shown later, but the game runs also without this, with just a cable between the two pages. So yeah.
Whoa, very good. Pong. All right, and that is it. Okay, that was hot. We have so many competitors here. I'm going to list them out really quick, and then we'll vote on them. There was Demon Attack, Hourglass, 555 Timer, PWM Screensaver, Hourglass with Reversal, Game of Life, External CPU, Team McLean, and Pong. Okay. Guys, dude, this one's heavy. All right, get your clapping fingers ready. Let's start off with Demon Attack. Yup. How about Hourglass? .555 Timer. PWM Screensaver. Hourglass with Reversal. Game of Life. External GPU. Team McLean. And Pong.
You don't really need my opinion on that one, do you? Hey, I hope we're going to see all these as pull requests to the GitHub, right? For examples, is everybody going to, yeah?
That would be fantastic. Yeah, I think that was pretty clear for Pong. Demon Attack had it, though, till the end. That was really solid. All of those were fantastic entries. Thank you very much. But let's bring up to the stage Pong. Here you go. Congratulations. Next up, software support. Did you write anything that helps people program the badge? Come on up and tell us your story. Oh, here come a lot of laptops. I guess that's not surprising.
Hi, everybody. My name is Iv, and this is my Shaus. So how many of you have any of the raspberries? Show of hands. How many have any of the PIC programmers? PIC-Kit 3, PIC-Kit 4. So we wanted to modify the firmware, and then we found out that the new software requires PIC-Kit 4, and then we're like, okay, so then we went into the rabbit hole of trying to figure out how to use Raspberry Pi to flash the badge. So we went through all the pains to do that so you don't have to. Now, if anybody wants to volunteer their badge, if you have a stock firmware, sure. Now, do you have a stock firmware? Now, if there's any like puffs of smoke, you know. Okay. All right, so the way this works is we lined up the pins so that you can use one of these like old-timey floppy disk ribbon cables, I don't know what they're called. And then you basically align this thing. I'm good? Okay. Yeah. Would you mind holding this, please? Okay. All right, so. Moment of truth. Okay, and then, you know, I forgot a lot of things, really was packing in a hurry, so I mean, I didn't even have a button, so I guess I'm just gonna like short these two pins here. All right, and then Shaus here wrote a custom Tetris firmware for it. Thank you. Now, if you want, would you like your original firmware back in there? Okay, because I can just, you know, press the thing and it'll restore it, but enjoy Tetris.
Thank you very much. So that's Raspberry Pi programmer / Tetris. Next.
So we're working on this daemon attack. Basically, you get very confused about all the things that are happening in the code. And one thing I ended up posting on our Discord, sharing with everyone to use, if we have a camera somewhere. What you can see, this is an equates files for assembler fans. You can put this at the top of your source code, and all of the registers and special flags, everything are named so that you don't have all these magic numbers in your code. And some people found it useful according to the little emojis at the bottom. Thank you.
Thank you. What were we calling that one? Eclipse file? Include file. Include file. Good. Yoo-hoo.
So I'm a software engineer. I'm lazy, so pressing all the buttons gets annoying. So I wrote a compiler so I can write a high-level language for the badge. So it's kind of yeah. So you can assign variables with arbitrary names. You can do comparisons, ifs, whiles. And even do some memory access, which I'm doing at the very beginning in order to set the clock faster. And then I run the compiler. So there's the command, which you can't see because focus, runs the compiler. It generates a bunch of assembly, which you can see showed up over here, including comments, so you can debug your assembly by knowing what it's doing. Yeah, you can write your own comments and it will self-comment the assembly for you. Yeah. And then you run in the VM. And if you look at register 6, you can see it doing Fibonacci after it sets the clock. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. And that's as big as you can go in 4 bits. Thank you.
What language was it in?
I made a custom language that was easy to parse.
Fair enough. Awesome. Compiler. Next up.
Hi, I'm GC. I decided my hack would be to try to mitigate an issue I think a lot of people were having, especially on the first day, which was communicating with the badge with those serial dongles. I saw a lot of people just banging their heads against it for hours on end. Some people on Macs especially, there's just weird OS quirks and stuff. So my hack is a wireless program loader with no additional hardware. Sound will be helpful for this, so if you could put it down here. So you'll notice for additional enrichment, there's a lyrics display on the bottom if you want to sing along. And this takes any output from the assembler. It takes that binary dump file straight in, it redisassembles it, and so you can take any program you've written. The BPM is also adjustable. I found 20 is more manageable for a beginner than 90, which is the default, but you can set it to whatever you want. Thank you. This is called Badge Revolution.
Yeah, Badge Revolution. Oh my God. I was going to call it Assembly Hero. I'll take it. Badge Revolution.
All right, where's the camera? So I have Paint. So it uses, let's see. So it has the Vim keys. There's the little cursor blinking. So that's down. And then plus and minus to add a dot and subtract a dot. So if I go to the page that has the picture, I can put a dot and then go down. Left. Up. Right. Down. And there's Paint.
Thank you very much. Paint in the badge.
So this is my badge. There you go, just showing my call sign. And I cannot have been the only person here who got this, looked at it, and just sort of, okay, I have now done more assembly than I've ever done in my entire life. What do I do? And I just wanted to use my badge as a badge, so I thought a static bitmap was fine, but I also don't like writing anything down. So I came up with a little Paint program for the, so I could just draw whatever I wanted to draw, and then tell it what page, what pages the RAM I was writing to. Click go, cheap and cheerful, all the code I needed to draw whatever I wanted. Somebody saw my display, was like, oh, you should submit a PR, and I'm like, well, that's not the fun part, this was the fun part, so might as well submit that too. So yeah, draw program, I guess. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Draw program sounds good. Hi.
So before the conference, I started work on an emulator on a long flight from New York to San Francisco. And it was kind of almost working before, and now I actually got it work and implemented a nice curses display. Okay, so it's called Nibbler because it eats nibbles for breakfast, like 4-bit strings. Let's see. Okay, that's not that important. Okay, so it can run some programs, not all of them, there's still some bugs, but I'm gonna run the Hamlet one. So this is the curses display. You can see, let's see if you can see. So it will actually update the display every now and then, show you the current instruction at the bottom there. It will show the registers. It could show a lot of things. It could actually interact. I actually want to connect it to the serial port as well. But you can also, actually, let's try a different one. So let's try the bouncing ball. Here it is. So a cool feature is you can stop the program with the space bar and then go single step mode by keeping pressing space, and you see the registers updating, and you can see the new ball being drawn, the old one being deleted, and then enter will resume. And another cool feature is I actually implemented the dimmer as well. So if you look at my badge, it's glowing with the dimmer. It's not using pulse modulation per pixel. I want to do that, but not yet. So this works as well with, well, it's very hard to see because of the brightness, but you can see the name is glowing. Thank you. Nibbler.
Nibbler, fantastic. And that's a wrap. Let's see. So, quick recap. We got Raspberry Pi programmer, include file, compiler plus custom language, badge revolution, painting in the badge, a draw program, and Nibbler. All right, warm your fingers up. Here we go, Raspberry Pi programmer. Include file. Compiler. Badge revolution. Paint in the badge. Draw program. And Nibbler. The judges have discussed among themselves and come to their conclusion. I think we have to give this one, it's close, to badge revolution. An assembler, disassembler, and a video game in one. That's mental.
I'm so sorry for everything I've done.
We still need to see the code for that one. And last but not least, we'll get to the expander competition. If you are plugging stuff in and using the expansion port, come on around, get over here, line on up, and we'll do this. This is like the hardware heaviest is my guess, but we'll see what happens. Oh dear. Oh, this one's, yeah. I'm crying already. It's half the con.
Queuing outside.
Yeah, they're outside. Awesome. Actually, that's really what I want to see. Okay, here we go.
Okay, Adrian Freed, where we go. We got the picture of the board. So 2 weeks ago, I got the spec, and I thought we really need analog I/O. The 4-bit port's a little weird, no strobe. So I figured I had to do a custom chip for that. So the custom chip's at the bottom there. So that was the first weekend. I had to not lose my day job 2 weeks ago. So that was the first weekend. And the second weekend was the board. And by a combination of amazing tools from Solego in Ukraine for the chip, and mostly good luck on the board, it's production ready and works. So it's got an 8-bit DAC, 6 comparators, so you can have 6 channels of 8-bit A to D. I'm just showing, if you look at, so I got no, see where they drop, that's the LSBs and then the MSBs for that one pot. You can drop pots in if you want, or you can use 2 Grove connectors for 4 inputs. The 2 other inputs are special. One gets the power supply, so you can see when your battery runs down. And another one lets you measure resistance and capacitance because it has a constant current source in the chip as well. So you can use this as a signal generator, 8-bit DAC. It's got a driver to drive a speaker, differential driver for a speaker. So which is an old way, a fun way of programming. From the 50s, the computers always had big speakers, and you cause clicks in your program, and you start to hear when it's working well. It's a great kind of debugging technique I wanted to explore. So that's it. Call it Badge.io.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. I'm going to start a new piece of paper. That was Badge.io.
All right, so I wanted to add a NeoPixel to my badge. Where's the camera here? So could have been Blinky, but really wanted to do this with this processor, which runs really, really slow for what NeoPixels need. And so what I've got on here is an XOR gate, and running that as a monostable multivibrator so that I can get super short pulses that you need to run NeoPixels. And it mostly works. The badge timing is not perfectly accurate all the time, so it's a little glitchy, but it works.
Fantastic. NeoPixel. The hard way.
So I have, this is a 16-bit processor that I've designed. I just reset it. But hey, so this is a 16-bit processor that I've designed that is running these two LEDs, and it has a counter in there that's counting up, and that's displayed on the left here. It's running it through the badge, and the output's coming on the other side. So this is just a pass-through, but I have another program. If I break that, and you can see when I broke it, it broke. And then if I load the second program, I've actually set registers that quote unquote encrypt the number going through. Oops. I didn't load the right one. Alt, load, alt, minus, load. There we go. And you can see the output has been encrypted. It is different than the input.
You can almost see it.
Almost see it. Sorry.
I can verify it's true.
There we go.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Oh, I stopped it.
Oh, except you. Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Cool. Badge encryption. Cool. Next up. These are awesome.
I don't have enough hands for this. Okay. So I didn't prepare any hardware ahead of time and get any PCBs fabbed. I just threw stuff that I thought would be fun to hack on in my backpack before I came here. So one of the things that I dug out of my backpack on Friday were these little wireless NRF 24Ls, 2.4 gigahertz radio modules. Not Wi-Fi, not Bluetooth, just radio. And I thought it'd be fun to get the badge to talk to something else without them being connected. So this is done purely on the badge. There's no intermediary ESP microcontroller to handle the communication. All of the register reading and writing, et cetera, is done on the badge. So right now it's in listen mode. So if I, let's see, if I put my laptop here, and I switch it to transmit mode, it says hello. And if I swap it back to listen mode, it goes both ways. I can turn this to transmit mode, and now my hello appears on there. It's in ASCII, so you can't read it by looking at it, but. Or it says badge.
They can hold they can read
There we go. That says, sometimes it says badge in ASCII. I don't know. Oh, I forgot to mention, all of this is done by bit banging over the output port. There's no hardware SPI on the device. There's the hardware serial port, but all of the SPI communication is done by toggling the output lines manually in code.
NRF 24? Good, sold. Nice project.
Hello. Is that showing up? Yeah. Hi, I'm Sarah. This is Adam, and we made a microphone for the badge. So we're sampling from it at 1 kilohertz and summing up all the samples every 16 and taking the average, turning that into like a loudness level, and then waterfalling it down the screen. And then Adam, do you want to talk about the functionality of the microphone?
That's what should be happening. I made them. The board I designed doesn't work, so those are just random values. But it should be a 4-bit reduction microphone, but it's not. So Sarah did all the software part though, and that part works beautifully.
Wait, did we say the name?
Oh yeah, it's called Unsure. You can read on the front there.
Okay.
I'm sure. Fantastic. Unsure. Unsure. Yeah. Next up.
Hey, so the person 2 spots before me, I threw a bunch of stuff in a bag before we came out, not knowing what it would become. The badge natively supports UART. Somebody else supported SPI. What are we missing out of the communication protocols? Well, I2C, of course. So, how do you do I2C on a device that doesn't have tri-state? Well, you just kind of fake it. So, I implemented, let's see if that's visible, and if I hit run, we've now got this moving rectangles animation playing on the I2C display. And so this is all pretty cool. Honestly, I probably spent more time reading the data sheet for the SSD 1306 display controller than I did actually writing the I2C, because there are a very large number of configuration registers on that thing. But it works, so.
I2C OLED. That's awesome. Next up. God, it really does go out the hall.
All right. I'm Braden. This is Brett, my assistant. This is called Nintendo Super System. I implemented a game with this whack-ass arcade controller that's from an actual Nintendo Super System. And can you see that at all? Let me start it. Oh, okay. So it's basically this game Fall Down. You're the flashy dot, and you try to not get crushed by the ceiling. Oh, there you go. Thank you. That's better. Yeah. And there's also high score support, which I would have to reset, but it lets you know if you got a high score. It doesn't tell you what you got, but at least lets you know. Yeah, so I guess that's it.
Thank you. That's awesome. Super Nintendo Fall Down.
Do you mind holding it? Sorry. Yeah, so we got here Friday and decided to team up and then desoldered a bunch of LEDs from the board with hot air. So we made a punch card reader for loading programs onto the badge. It's transmissive, so it uses the LEDs both as the source and the sense. So Force Mims shout out. Yeah, we'll do a demo to start. Oh yeah, very important. We made the and thank you to everybody that submitted programs for us. We have a big stack of them. We haven't run through them all yet. We got this to work 15 minutes ago. Oh, yeah, the cameras. Yeah, you got it. Okay. Oh yeah, gotta do load. Load. And then run. We learned how to use the badge 15 minutes ago too. Yeah, and Ken's program again. So thank you, Kenneth. Yeah, it was a lot. Ben, what do you have to add?
It's just been a lot of fun. We really enjoyed the design of the badge. Voya did an amazing job. We wanted to use and leverage that and let people really share, their beautiful programs and works through the technologies of ancient times. And so
It's got a coprocessor. Ask us about it. It's great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Card reader. You can still smell the Sharpie on their programs, by the way.
Hey there, we're going to be team rotary phone dial expansion. I'm Andy Geppert, Michael Welling. We worked on this together, and basically, I'll let it speak for itself. So, there you go.
What more is there to say? Team rotary dial expansion. Next up. That's rad. Sorry. It's the first time I've seen these two.
Hi, my name's Munir, and I decided I wanted to get audio out from the board. So basically I'm emitting a triangle. Oh, sorry, sorry. So basically, I'm generating PCM data for a triangle wave right now, and using pulse density modulation to output on the GPIO pin. And I have a low pass filter on this board and a NJM 2113 to amplify it so that you can hear it. And you can also go through 4 different frequencies as well. So yeah, that's basically it.
Lovely. What are you calling it?
Pulse density modulation, I guess.
Pulse density modulation, PDM synth. Done, PDM synth. Next up.
It's Tom. I did a custom PCB for the add-on. I did it really early on, so I had to blow up the photo before the CAD data was available and do the measurements. It worked out okay. It's got a battery on the 18650 on the back. It's got a USB-C power. It's got a speaker, and it's got a 4-bit display with a history, so it shows you the last 4 values that were written. And I think I've got an audio demo here. Let's just see how we go. I'll spare you. That was supposed to be a Rickroll.
I don't even know what that one's called. Tom's expansion? Rickroll, done. Sold.
Hi everyone, my name is Nicholas, and this is only my second Supercon. In my first one in 2019, I didn't know much about badge life, and I was really surprised by how everyone came prepared for their badge. And so this year, when I realized that the specification for the badge are actually released in advance, I came prepared. I probably overdid it a little bit. What is now probably a very rich breadboard started only as a USB to UART for reprogramming the badge, and now it's got a bunch of features crammed in. I got carried away. So it's got power so that you can power the badge from USB, or you can actually power this board from the batteries itself. It's got all the IOs exposed with 3.3 volt voltage shifting. It's got an interesting chip from NXP that I thought maybe people would use because I released a few of those boards around that does UART to I2C. And it's got also the ESP32 that we used in a Pong game. All right.
What are you calling this one?
Bread badge.
Bread badge. Nice. Okay, that's bread badge. I should have gotten you to think up names beforehand. My bad. Next up.
Here, you hold that. Hi, I'm Arthur, and this is the Super Kettle. And so it's using a 555 timer that's triggered, set up as a one-shot, and the badge triggers the timer. And it's connected to an NTC to set the timing for the 555. So every time that the badge triggers it, there'll be a pulse width. The 555 returns to the badge. The badge counts how long the pulse width is, and then implements a bang bang temperature controller with a high set point and a low set point to control the kettle. And it turns out that the badge puts out 3 volts, and so you can connect it directly to one of these. I'm not going to boil water on stage. I think you're pretty good not to see that, but it works, and it also doesn't involve AC on a test bench at the conference. Anyways, cheers. Thanks.
Super Kettle. And that's it. Okay. That's it. Those were all fantastic. Really, really. Okay, here we go. Quick recap. Badge IO, NeoPixel, badge encryption, NRF24, Unsure, I2C OLED, Super Nintendo Fall Down, card reader, rotary dial, PDM synth, Rickroll, bread badge, and Super Kettle. Choose wisely. All right, let's start up with badge IO. NeoPixel. Who's booing? Badge encryption. NRF24. Unsure. I2C OLED. Super Nintendo Fall Down. Card reader. Yeah, take it easy, y'all. Rotary dial. PDM synth. Rickroll. In need of a little tuning. Bread badge. Last but not least, Super Kettle. That was really good. That was a super tough field, and I think we're both going to go with.
I would say the card reader.
Absolutely. Congratulations, card reader. They ran out of hundreds at the thing. They got to take it in 20s.
We get money for this? We were doing this for money. Wow. That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
You really can smell it still. Like they just walk up here and anyway. All right. Everything good has to come to an end, and Hackaday Supercon is heading in that direction. First thing, I know, right? The first thing I'd like to say is super thanks to SupplyFrame. Oh no. Oh, the worst. super thanks to Supply Frame for hosting Supercon. Really, they did all the heavy lifting here.
Yes, I would love to give a huge thank you to our team, all the people that made this run smoothly. Can we get a round of applause for our production team, the Hackaday team, the operations team, our incredible volunteers. Woo! Yes. All of the Supply Frame staff that came out and just, it takes a village to make it happen, and it takes the village of you all to be here in person to make it special. We're so grateful for the turnout this year. We posted these tickets. We were like, Supercon's back after a couple years off. We weren't sure what to expect, and the early bird tickets sold out in a matter of hours. And so thank you to you all for the enthusiasm, for the epic hacks, for the camaraderie and the community, and just showing up and showing out. We really appreciate you being here. Yes. Thank you to our sponsors, DigiKey. I was just talking to some of them, and they were like, we got to figure out how we make a DigiKey add-on for next year. Tell us what the badge is going to be next year. Do you know yet? We want to plan ahead. So I think it's safe to say Supercon's coming back next year. And yes, the party does not end here. We're going to Congregation next door, just 2 blocks over. I don't actually know the exact address off the top of my head, but follow the crowd. We would love to continue celebrating there with you all tonight. And again, just keep building, keep supporting one another, keep posting and documenting your work. Keep on hacking. Thank you all so much for being here.